for all the rise. Wingbacks charging wide under championship skies. From non-league to the big leagues, we're going for the prize. Tactical fortitude, breaking it down. Every pass, every press, every goal for the town. Flying up the pitch in the heart of the fight. Wrexham's tactics unleashed. We always get it right.
Well, hello and welcome to the local pundit. It is Tactical Fortitude Day. Oh my God. Aaron dropped out a bomber intro. It's long. It gets people amped. He's up and away, and I'm going to bring him in straight away. How are you, brother?
Hey, good to go. I'm good. Getting excited, ready for the big game.
So,
I've been looking for this one. This has been wanting to get back at these guys because we played horrible the last time we played them, and so I've been waiting to get back at them. We need to smash them.
Yeah. Well, I thought what I might quickly do, because I didn't do a pundit show yesterday, we might quickly get in, have a look at the footy tipping sheet, where everybody's at, state of play with, 8 games to go, 10, 9 games to go for the teams. We'll have a look at how we're going to beat John. And so what you'll notice is in the last round over the midweek, the 2 days, I've scored 7 points. Paddy scored 8. You scored 7. John's just in the dumps. He's had 5 points. His team's gone well, and he's gone badly.
There you go.
And then obviously poor old Victor in the hospital room, and Harry all over getting 4 points. Now what that meant was now John leading on 202, Aaron, me on 200, Paddy on 193, Aaron on 191, and Harry all over 185. So the catch up is happening.
We're running him down. I'm only 2
points behind him. You're only 11 points behind him. 11 points can be made up very quickly. John is saying, I was told to make it more interesting. You are kidding, John. And look, it is a Tac Fortitude show, John, and I'm more than willing to let you in, obviously, and I will throw it up in our private messages for you. So it is there to go if you do want to jump in. But getting back to it, I'm going to quickly go through my tips, which I didn't do yesterday. So Wrexham at home to Swansea. Now we've got redemption here, Aaron, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have. We got to get back at them. We got to hammer these guys.
We were pretty bad. So anyway, I'm going to just let you know that one, I've tipped a 2-1 victory for Wrexham. I'm tipping us to get our redemption, win at home, but only just. Middlesbrough at home to Bristol. Wow. I mean, look, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but basically every team that could have done us a favour yesterday did. So, even though we lost, the only team that really made up any major ground was Birmingham. But Middlesbrough at home to Bristol, and I'm just where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Okay. Fix that. And we have why did that not just come up? It should be. Oh, it's disappeared. Okay. It's disappeared. Well, Middlesbrough Bristol. I've tipped a 2-0 victory, and for whatever reason, the text color is not coming back. This is really weird. We're having a glitch here on the system, people, just so you know.
I blame John.
Yeah, I blame John too. It's coming up as white when it should be coming up as black. There we go.
There it is.
Here we go. We're back. Okay, next up, Coventry at home to Southampton. This one, I have tipped a 2-1 win to Coventry. It's a massive game. So putting it all out there for the boys to see. I don't know. Massive game for Southampton this. They've got a lot to play for after their game yesterday. Next up, Oxford v Charlton. And I've tipped a 2-1 win to Oxford here, even though Charlton's just had 2 wins in a row.
Mm-hmm. Oxford, that'll be 4 for Oxford if they win that one.
That's right.
3 games. They've been on a hell of a run.
They're tied with Leicester on 38 points down there at the bottom of the table. They're in the relegation zone, but I'll tell you what, it's all to play for. But even though they're going to get a 2-1 victory, Leicester up next at home to QPR, I've tipped a 2-0 win for Leicester. So it would mean that they would maintain their positions depending on what happens with Blackburn, people, which is actually, ironically, the next game. And they've got to travel to Millwall, and I think they're going to just find it too hard. And I think we're going to find Blackburn, if I'm right, in the relegation zone after the weekend.
Yeah. Millwall's not the place you want to go right now.
Loving the smile on your face as I'm putting these up there. Sheffield Wednesday at home to Ipswich. Unfortunately for Sheffield Wednesday, I think they're going to come an absolute spanking. I think Ipswich is going to bounce back after literally drawing a game that they were down early. Looks like they were going to lose. Got back level, and then ended up getting the. And had a chance to
on Wednesday. On Wednesday, they nearly won the other day.
Yes.
They damn near won. I don't remember what minute it was. It was late though when I think it was Watford equalized. It was a late one.
Yep. And so next up, I've got Norwich at home to Preston. Norwich can't make the playoffs, people. It's impossible. They can't do it. They're 9 points back, and I'm tipping them to take a 3-0 win over Preston, who I think are pretty ordinary at the moment. And I tell you what, you get to 5 games to go, and they're within 4 points. People will start changing their tune.
Yeah.
I am not counting Norwich out yet.
Yeah.
I think it's a massive achievement to do it, but you're saying there's a chance.
They're on incredible form, and they'll have to stay on that incredible form to do it. 5
wins out of their last 6 games.
At least. Yeah.
Yep. That's what they've had in their last 6. Unbelievable. Yeah. Stoke at home to Watford. I know now I got a bit of any of you that haven't been into the Footy Tip channel on the Discord, I copped a bit of a pep talk this week. Got told to pull my socks up, get the job done.
I haven't been in there. I haven't looked at somebody let you have it.
And I got told to stop tipping draws. Well, I've tipped a draw. I've tipped Stoke and Watford to have a 1-1 draw. And I don't think there's too many people that could argue with that. Stoke pretty much on the beach. Watford still got a chance. So if anyone was going to win that, you'd think it would be Watford. But they've got to travel to Stoke and do it. So we'll see. Next up, West Brom at home to Hull. Well, yes, I am tipping Hull to continue on their merry way. And I'm calling it now, Aaron. The top 5 are either getting automatic promotion or are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's it. Done. It is a playoff for 6th spot.
Yeah, going to be tough to catch them. Going to be tough.
Next up, I've tipped a 7-0 win to Sheffield United. I'm not going to reveal that over Birmingham. Yeah, Donna told me to stop picking draws too. I know, Donna. But Birmingham at home to Sheffield United, and I am tipping Birmingham to win at home. They turned around their run of 3 losses with a win, and they're at home, and I think they're going to get it done and maintain their hope of reaching the playoffs for now. I'm going to put that caveat in there.
Right.
And finally, in what is the game of the round, Portsmouth at home to Derby. Catch me while I'm falling asleep. 0-0 draw is what I'm tipping. So for all the other boys in the tipping comp, and I noticed one of them's just jumped in and he's taking notes right now. He's going, what have they done? Who's he tipped? How can I possibly stay ahead of Aaron and Ken? I don't think it's possible. I don't think he can do it. So let's get his opinion. Let's bring him in. How are you, buddy? Hey, John.
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. Oh, very well, mate. Very well. You must be happy. Jump back on the winning trail after a bit of a sojourn in the lost column.
Well, yeah, we needed to. It was much needed. So, but as I think I've said many times, a week is a long time in football, isn't it? You guys lose, we win. People start talking about playoffs again. It's madness.
Well, I'm going to say a day is a long time in football.
Yeah.
Because we lose and then doom and gloom, But then the very next day, Oxford continue their winning run. Southampton only get a draw against West Brom. Middlesbrough lose to Charlton. Norwich knock over Sheffield United. Coventry obviously beat Preston. I'm saying obviously, like they just looked a class above. And then that little team from Birmingham go and beat QPR at home. Good on you.
Yeah, should have scored a lot more, but yeah. No, it was a good performance in the first half. Second half, I thought we were poor, but a win's a win. And at this point, it was one of those where you just needed to get the 3 points. And it's one of those now. All we can do is just win games and put pressure. If you guys slip up on Friday night, we'll have all the motivation to go out and beat Sheffield United on Saturday.
We're not going to lose on Friday night, mate. It's not happening.
I don't think you'll lose either, but I could see it ending in a draw.
Yeah, well, you did say there was a possibility of us losing the next 3 games, didn't you? And we've done one of them.
I think I said I didn't think you'd win the next 3 games.
Well, there you go, yeah. And that's still would be just as bad, like a draw and 2 losses at this time of the season.
Yeah, I think I said it earlier as well. Let's not discount Swansea. Swansea will come into this game, not that I think they're in the playoff hunt realistically, but they will go into this thinking if we knock Wrexham over, we're right in this playoff hunt. That's what their motivation will be.
Yep. Yeah, if they win, they'll be 2 behind us, 2 points behind us. So
there it is. All the way down to, and it's ironic that 15 teams fit on that screen because I am still not discounting Norwich right now, people. At 9 points away. I know that would be the unbelievable comeback of the season if they did it. But, they've got 10 games to go.
Yeah. Yeah, they do too, don't they?
Possible.
It'd be tough.
They're the sort of side on that run of form which could make it as well. It's not like a side it's not like Preston, for example, is it? Where you look at that form where you just think they aren't going to knock 3-4 wins together. Whereas you look at Norwich, you think they could.
Yeah. Like I said, you get to 7 games to go, 3 games from now, and they're 4 points off the playoffs, which is a total possibility. People sing a different tune after every round. Oh my God, can't make the playoffs. Oh my God, we could finish second. Oh my God, we're out of it again. Just sit tight, people, and buckle in for the ride.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. It'll be a fun run-in for sure. There's going to be plenty more twists and turns. I mean, we got so many teams that are close that they string 3 wins together. They're going to be right. Could be right in it. Then again, we string 3 wins together and start pulling away and start feeling comfortable again. So it's anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I think the only thing that kind of had a big impact was the loss to Hull cut for me. Separated Hull away from it.
Yeah.
I think before that game, you could have made an argument: could Hull slip back down into six, and the chasing pack? That victory,
especially if we beat them.
Yeah, if you would have won that game, it would have dragged them. Now they just, I mean, I know it's only 3 points difference to what it was before, but it just feels like it's a bit of a line in the sand that was drawn in that one where you just thought, it looks like it's just a fight for that 6th spot. The rest have got those lined up, haven't they?
Yeah. They're 6 above us, but then they're also 9 above Southampton, Derby. You know what I mean? So it's just a long way for anybody else if anybody else is going to catch them, or for them to drop out. To open up that 6th spot. So makes it tough.
Here's a quick question for you two boys. Millwall refuse to die in this chase for auto promotion. Who's going to finish? I'm saying Coventry's winning the title. Who's finishing second?
That's tough. That's such a tough question. I'll be honest. Up until probably now, I've continuously said it's going to be Ipswich. They're going to get it figured out. And I'm starting to feel like, you know what? There's only 10 games left. They got 10 games left for them. I'm not sure that they're figuring it out. They've had all season. They still haven't quite got, you know what I mean? They're just not quite there. I think Millwall really could do something. Because
refusing to go away.
They are, and Middlesbrough stumbling against a team like that's tough. Can't be doing that.
No. Millwall at home to Blackburn this weekend, you would have to think that's going to be a win. Although I would have thought Middlesbrough would have beaten Charlton at home.
Right, yeah, you never know.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Millwall's run home. Oh, okay. So home to Blackburn, away to Ipswich in the next match. That's a massive match.
That's a big
Then they've got Coventry not far off, have they?
Well, hang on. So home to Blackburn, away to Ipswich, away to Middlesbrough, back to back. Ipswich, Middlesbrough away. Then home to Norwich. So coming off Ipswich and Middlesbrough away, they've got to play Norwich. That could be 0 wins out of those 3 games. I'll use a John there, a 0 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then away to West Brom, home to QPR, away to Stoke, away to Leicester, home to Oxford to round out the season. A slightly easier finish to the season, although both Oxford and Leicester in relegation battle to finish out the season as well. What is it, John? Prime Barcelona?
Yeah. Well, hey, look, Oxford. Say more. I think the thing is with Millwall, those back-to-back games, Ipswich, Middlesbrough, those are the ones that will basically decide our Millwall in that fight. If they lose both those games, for example, it's done. They're not autos is gone.
Actually, and I should put in the caveat there, the international break sits between those games.
Yeah.
So they do get it's not as bad as it looks when you at first glance.
Yeah, it's not boom boom. Yeah.
But conversely, they go and get the job done against those teams. Woof.
Yeah. They'll be right in it. They win both those games. They will be in it. I don't know. They look like a team. I'll tell you this. I don't want to have to play them in the playoffs. I think I'd rather them go ahead and get promoted. And maybe
I think out of all the teams right now, the team I'd want to play in the playoffs is Ipswich. And I wouldn't think I would have been saying that a fortnight ago.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Middlesbrough, I think if they fell out, you could get a bit of a head loss there where, you know what I mean? They get that. I think teams, when they miss out like that, sometimes get into that, poor us type of mentality. And they're a very good team, though. So, nobody, let's be honest, the playoffs are going to be awful. It doesn't matter who's in them. There's going to be good teams in it. So it's going to be
to that point,
it'll be a war.
I want to ask both of you.
Yeah.
Go on. Who's going to finish 6th?
I'm still going to go with us but I'm also a Wrexham fan, so I would say that. But I think, we've got a game in hand. We're 3 points clear. All that suggests that we should be able to hold on. That being said, we need to get some players healthy here pretty quick. We need to get to this international break and get everybody healthy. And so hopefully we can do that without dropping too many more points. That'll be if we can if we're still in 6th and we get to the international break, I think we'll be fine.
Okay. John?
I'd love to say us, but I don't believe it. I won't lie. I think Southampton. I think I look at Southampton and just think that they're too good of a side. They will come good when it really needs to. I know their form's good at the moment, albeit the draw against West Brom was a bad result. you just have a feeling those sort of sides. The same with Ipswich. You've just got this knack, or I just have this feeling that when it really comes down to the nitty gritty, with 5-6 games to go, they're the sort of side that will just pull out win, and all of a sudden it'll just be too tough.
Yeah.
I think I'm a Wrexham fan and I want Wrexham to make the playoffs, but I'm with John. I'm sticking with us finishing 7th. And I will be extremely happy with that when I look back at the end of the season and go how we went for the season. I'll be disappointed that we're not in the playoffs if that comes to bear. But, yeah. And it's funny because Scum Army, so Mark, Southampton fan, he said straight up Southampton aren't going to make it. I'm wondering whether he's changed his tune yet. But, when I look at their run home now, away to Coventry, home to Norwich, home to Oxford, FA Cup quarter-final against Arsenal, probably a rescheduled game against us, which is away to us, home to Derby, away to Swansea, home to Bristol, home to Blackburn, home to Ipswich, away to Preston. They've got the game in hand too, remember?
Yeah.
And an FA Cup game as well.
And they've got the squad, let's be honest. Let's not, they're a parachute team. Let's be honest now. I mean, you look at some of the players that's on their bench, it's ridiculous. And I know, as you say, Mark was playing down their chances. And let's be honest, they've underperformed all season. That Southampton squad should be challenging Coventry and Middlesbrough for automatic promotion. Without a doubt, they should be there.
If they beat us by a point getting into the playoffs, you go back it's the whole if it coulda, shoulda, woulda, and you go all the way back to the first game of the season.
Yeah.
The irony of it all.
Yeah.
Hey, if they beat you to the playoffs for a point, they had a referee hand them a point at St Andrews when they shouldn't have done.
Oh, big call.
So,
conspiracy theory.
Yeah. But hey, the one thing is for sure, at the end of the season, after 46 games, the league table doesn't lie. Whoever finishes 6th has deserved it.
Yeah.
And I won't lie, whoever it is, I'm not looking forward to. If it was us, for example, that those playoffs don't. I mean, I know you said you'd prefer to play Ipswich. I'll be honest, the only team in that top 6 I would prefer to play is Hull. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't want to play Millwall. I don't want to play Ipswich, and I certainly don't want to play Middlesbrough if they fell into it. So whoever finishes 6th is going to have an absolute real tough game.
Unless Hull finish 3rd.
That ain't happening.
Okay. That is the table. Today is TAC Fortitude show. This is when everybody gets to sit back and watch Aaron dissect and work out how we're going to get this done.
Well, we got a lot to talk about tonight. So, obviously, Swansea, I'm going to pull up this, and this is going to have both our previous starting 11s. So, in the last few games, they've gone to a 4-3-3. They've generally been in a 4-2-3-1. Not a ton of difference, but I think it just more defensively. They get players forward, so it doesn't matter. Obviously, Tyman's a threat from crossing. Probably the best, maybe not the best, but one of the best left backs in the league. So he's one to keep an eye on. Key's not bad. Vapotnik is league's leading scorer. He's an interesting player because when you watch him, it's not like he's not that. It's like he's not that good. He doesn't do. He just is there at the right time, and the ball falls to his feet, and he puts it on target. So I was like, you can't take anything away from him, but it's not like he's creating anything for himself. You know what I mean? He's not that type of player. He's not the guy that's like, oh, I could love to have him. You watch him, it's like he just the ball fell to him. You know what I mean? It's and he just makes great goals, but it's just never. I don't know. He doesn't blow me away, but he is the league leading scorer, so you got to give him that. Yeah, he's dangerous. Any changes? I mean, this was their bench from the last game. I mean, Cullen is a danger man when he plays. He could come in and play as one of the attacking players. I think he can basically play any of those front three spots, really. He's played as a 10 also when they play a 4-2-3-1. It's, I'm not sure who would, maybe Fulton drops out and Simonich or however you say it, comes in, is the deeper midfielder at the base of midfield. But I think that back four is probably that's their go-to back four. I think Cabango and Burgess with Key and Timon out wide. And it seems like basically that front three is the one they've gone with, I think 4 out of the last 5 games or something like that. So I'd say that's probably what we'll get. They feel pretty comfortable. Galbraith, he's going to play. So whether it's as an 8, like I've got him here, or maybe he plays as a 10, maybe Franco plays a little deeper, with 2 holding midfielders instead of midfield 3, but it'll be something along those lines. Other than that, it's all the basic stuff we've been seeing, fullbacks getting forward, crossing balls in, wingers that cut inside and, try to cause issues, midfielders arriving late. All the normal stuff that we see from most teams in our league. The attack isn't going to be anything we haven't seen before. And to be honest, they don't score. Yeah, Cam Burgess, yeah.
Big defender, Australian. So I know him really intimately. Big defender, gets forward for set pieces, for headers on the corners, and not the fastest though in defence. So Moore won't be playing. Smith will probably be starting. So Smith may be able to expose him a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder. This is what I worry about with Smith starting, and I think we saw it with Hull. They know what he's gonna, what he does well, and so they're gonna play deeper. They're not gonna let him do that. They're not gonna let him get him behind. If they do, they're idiots. You know what I mean? It's that's why I like Moore so much. I like Moore a little better because he can do so a little bit more. He's got different, things about his game where he can cause defenders more issues, and he holds up the ball better, and brings other players into play. Whereas with Smith, it's kind of hit the ball over the top and let's hope we can run onto it and see what he does. And not that Smith can't do other things. It's just Kiefer he's such a big player for us when it comes to, like, if we're in trouble and we need just to get the ball in the other end of the pitch, you hoof it up to Kiefer. He's going to win it, and he's going to hold on to the ball, and we will get up the pitch. Like, if our midfield's struggling, like, Kiefer is kind of he band-aids all of that. And I think that's where we'll be missing that. And I think they will, they're going to try to exploit that. They're going to force us to play the ball up through and hope they can nick the ball off of us. And I'll be honest, I don't think they're a great team. They've been on a decent little run here, but they're a team that they're a team that's beatable. Like we should be beating this team, even with a weakened, even with the injuries we've got. And you can see all the players in pink I've got over there, all our injuries. Dobson in purple. He's on.
That's getting a long list.
Yeah, I know. Dobson's on his second. It'll be his second game of a 3-game suspension. So we'll have him back in a couple games. But this is where it gets interesting. Who are we going to start? And I'll be honest, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'll say this: I thought Bailey Catamarchi looked really good when he came on. I think he's got a little bit more physicality about him, and I kind of liked it. He's not Kiefer Moore, but he's not a bad player. I wouldn't. He's got a little bit of physicality and a little bit of pace to him. You know what I mean? I think he can. And I'll tell you what, that cross, that play he made to make the cross into Rodriguez I thought that was a fantastic play. Then J-Rod should have finished that. That should have absolutely been a goal. It was really disappointing. He completely screwed that header up. But yeah, I think there's an argument you could say get Catamarchi out there, get him playing. DKD I thought was okay. He wasn't he didn't blow me away, but you know what he looked? He looked fresh, and I think we could use some freshness on the field. You know what I mean? We look so leggy, especially in the first half against Hull. I just like immediately we looked flat and just leggy and tired, and I thought we needed some legs in there. I think if you got DKD and as one of the 10s, I think it'd help a lot just to have some freshness in there. Viner in defensive midfield, I mean, he gave the ball away, I think, a couple times. His passing,
but he also looked good.
He doesn't look bad. Yeah, he doesn't look bad. It's just he's. I don't know. Maybe it was just because of the moments he did it just stood out. But there was definitely giving the ball away a couple of times. It was like, what was that? You know what I mean? In our own half, just dangerous stuff. You know what I mean? And that was what, and it may just be because if he'd have done it in the other end of the pitch, you probably wouldn't have noticed as much. It's like, it happens. But
has he started back-to-back games, Chelsea and Hull?
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't start against Chelsea.
Did he not? Oh, you're right. Yeah, Dobson did. You're right. My bad. Yeah, this was his first. This last game was his first start. So,
well, yeah,
it'd be interesting to see if he starts. Problem is, it's like if he doesn't, what do? You have to start making some changes. I've seen people say, well, maybe we drop Rathbone back and let him and O'Brien play as the two midfielders. I've seen people say, bring Thomason in and let Longman play on the left. I've seen, there's options. There's things you can do. I've seen people say, can Doyle play as the defensive midfielder? Let him play a little further forward. He likes to get forward. He's a good passer of the ball. Maybe he can do it. And maybe he can. I don't know. I've not seen him play in defensive midfield, so I don't know. I don't know if that's an option. So I don't know. I think Parkey is going to have to start getting creative with the squad, though, to make this work. So it'll be interesting. I mean, and he may just go with what we had, but I wouldn't be surprised if he made 4 changes in this game. It just really changed things around a little bit, give us just a different look. I don't, it's, I don't know. I'm perplexed, to be honest. There's an argument that I'm gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun here, and it's never gonna happen, but I'm gonna have some fun. So, right now, the position that we have the most healthy players in is our back 3. So, at center back, we've got 6 healthy center backs. Okay. Right now, we're using 3 of them. You could make the argument you could use 4 of them if you went to a back 4, and you could play Doyle as a left back. You could bring Brunt in as a right back, or you could play Max as a right back if you wanted to, or you could leave if and that's the other thing is Kabore, is he healthy? They only were allowing him to go 30 minutes against Hull. To me, if they're only allowing him to have 30 minutes against Hull, I don't know that they're going to allow him to go a full 9. You know what I mean? I don't know that he's going to be able to start against Swansea. I would think it's probably another short run out for a shorter run out, before they, because he just did that a couple days ago. And they only wanted him doing 30. The medical team said 30 minutes. So I can't imagine they say, okay, yeah, now he's good for 90. So, I mean, with that in mind, I think, do you change things around, go to a back four, and, go to like you could go to a 4-2-3-1. This is what I was thinking. You could go to this. You go high Viner, Max, or Brunt could play there too. Then you could do this. That frees up Thomason to play in the midfield where he should be.
People have forgotten
you could play. Yeah, and then you could play these guys like this, and then you bring him off, and you could play DKD as a 10. Get some attack, get some more attacking threat in there. Or you could play Rathbone as the 10, which I think a lot of people would like to see that. I think a lot of people are going to want Rathbone in there to start, and I'm not against that at all. You could do something like that, and I think you cause people some problems. I just don't know. It's just he won't do that. You know what I mean? I just don't think it's something that I think personnel-wise it definitely fits. I think it makes sense because it gives us plenty of subs. Use the squad in a different way. I just don't see Parkinson going away from a back three though. So I don't know.
I'm giving Davey's comment because he's promoting Harry Ashfield and he knows I'm a Harry Ashfield fan, so that's why I put it in there. But he's not coming back. Let's move on from that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting. I was trying to think of different creative ways that you could move the team around and make it work, and I think this makes sense. To me, this makes the most sense. But if you're trying to get more players on the team, because I was just looking at it, it's like we've got six center backs, and absolutely Doyle can play as a left back, no problem. Like he's forward more than he's back anyway. You know what I mean? You think about Doyle, he gets so far forward all the time. And he was making those overlapping runs outside of our wing backs the other day against Hull. I mean, he's always getting forward, so he could absolutely play left back.
Before I ask John to comment on this, there's 3 games to go before the international break. So when you look at the big picture, there's 3 games till the international break. So the question there, I guess, is Parky going to try and run the same system through till then and try and regroup then? Or does he do what you're thinking, Aaron, and take your advice? I mean, let's face it, he should. And then we go from there. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think of Aaron's suggestion here, John?
It's bold. I don't think you got the personnel to do it personally. I think Doyle can. Well, I think Doyle can fill in at left back. I think I wouldn't want to do it as in like if I was forced to. Yes, he could fill in at left back. I wouldn't want Cleworth at right back. I just if you were, it depends. Against Swansea, for example, the Swansea game is all about getting that ball out wide to the 2 wingers with pace, and they just put crosses in for Vipotnik. That's kind of what they do. I just think it's bold, but I just think Swansea are going to have more of the ball because they're a possession-based side. I just think that back 4 centre-backs would get stuck on the edge of your own area, and it would end up being too far back. And then I think Broadhead is he's naturally a left winger, so I think he'd be fine. I think you'd need somebody who can play right wing. Windass is not a winger; he's a number 10. I don't know whether you could play DKD wide or something like that. I don't know. I just don't think your squad is made up to make that much of a
But
drastic change.
it's not. It's really well, and you think he's not. It's not built for that. You know what I mean? It's not. But I'm just trying to think, what can we do to change this midfield around and not lose out in the wide areas? Because we need a different mid. We need to be able to use Thompson in the midfield. And if Kabore can't go 90, that kind of rules out the put. You know that basically that means that you can't play Longman on the left, which he can do and he has done for us in the past. You can't use him on the left for Thomason if he's got to play on the right, unless you're going to play Barnett. I don't see Barnett getting many. Even in a pinch, they try not to use Barnett if they don't have to. So I can't imagine them saying, yeah, let's start Barney. If Kabore is there, then I think, I mean, if Kabore is okay, then that kind of changes things, you know, because that gives you more options. But it's just trying to, you know, we're short right now. That's the problem. We're just short players. So trying to come up with something that a way we could play the players we have in different ways, I think. We just got to come up with something, and they'll figure it out. They'll do something, but it'll probably it'll be one of the other options. It'll be, you know, they'll probably, you know, it'll either be Rathbone plays deeper with O'Brien, or it'll be they just stick with Viner, and it is what it is. And it's probably the most likely. It's Viner stays in the midfield, but it's I don't know. It's just interesting. I've just seen a lot of talk on all over or not Facebook, on X, and you know, people guessing what they think we might do or what they would do. And so I was kind of doing the same thing today. It's like, what do you do? And it's like, but like I said before I even started, he's not going to change the back four. He's just not going to do it. He's so stuck with that back three, so he's never going to do it. And it was just fun.
You need legs, don't you? Because
we do need some legs. We do need some legs, and that's why I was saying if we freshen it up a little bit, like maybe DKD for Windass, Bailey Cadamartry in up top. He looked. I mean, they both look like, hey, we're ready to go.
I think he's a great player. I think he was a threat for. He was one of Sheffield Wednesday's only threats, playing in a team of like basically under 18 kids.
Mm-hmm. I thought he looked really good the other night when he came on. I think Smith's going to start, but I think when you look at him, it's like, man, he's got leg. Like he could come on. So maybe it's just he comes on earlier. Maybe he comes on at, you know, with 30 minutes to go or 25 minutes to go instead of 10 or whatever it was the other night. Give him a little more time. Give Smith some time, you know, time to rest a little bit, because let's be honest, as long as Kiefer's out and Burris sounds like at least till the international break he'll be out. Hopefully he'll be back after that. But if he's out till then, we're going to be leaning on Smith. So he can't, you know, he's not going to be able to play 90 minutes in all those games. So gotta protect him.
I'm not sure it's the, shall we say, the time of the season to probably not gamble, but, you know.
I know what you mean. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah, totally agree. I know. You know, I was thinking that myself, just trying to figure out what we can come up with. But
well, I like the suggestions though, Aaron. You know, it's
I was just thinking it's always fun to play around. You know, start playing manager, play football manager. You know,
I just say it's the midfield, is it? The midfield is key for me. You need legs in there, because I'm not keen on that Franco. He's a very he's a good player, but I think you can get at him. Galbraith is the one. I really like Galbraith. I wish Bulls had signed him.
He's really good.
He looks quality, that lad.
Yeah, he's good.
And if you give him space to run a game, he'll kill you. So you need. I can see the Viner argument, you know, for that person in front of the back three, if you know, the protector. But you need, I do feel you're probably going to need O'Brien and probably Rathbone's legs in and around that, because otherwise I just think you're going to be a little bit exposed. And plus also Rathbone he's got an engine on him, isn't he? He can also cover, he can drop back as well if needed into the wide areas.
Yeah.
But then I think that does leave Smith quite isolated.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And comments there from Habs is if we can just get back to Kache, James and Dobson, then we can really do the switch up in front so easily. Yeah, well, don't know that we'll see Kache, to be fair.
No, James, you know what? I'm almost at the point myself. Shut him down. Let's just call it a season for him. Get him healthy. Bring him back next season. You know, let's get back. At this point, like, even if they just said he had another setback, so it's like, I think you're almost at a point in the season. It's like he's not been here basically the whole time. Shut him down. Let's not get him hurt anymore. Let's just let him get healthy. Give him the time. Let him get healthy. And I think they said his setback. He did something in. He was doing recovery or doing some rehab and got hurt again. So I don't know what the hell they were doing, but he got hurt, and this time it was in rehab. So I don't know, man.
Me personally, I'm with you. The Dobbo argument. Well, he's out for Swansea and he's out for Watford, and he'll be back for the last game before the international break against away to Sheffield United, and he will jump straight back in for that game. There's no doubt
absolutely. And you know what? I think they were starting to look pretty good together. O'Brien and him both playing together. I thought they were starting to really play really well. They complement each other well, I think. It was pretty good between the two of them. I was pretty happy. And the last couple outings with those two, with O'Brien and Dobson in the midfield, I thought that worked. So getting him back will be big. That red card fucking killed us. I mean, just really, really killed us.
Do you think it was a red card?
It was one of those. You know what? I'm not going to be upset. I'm not upset. The problem is his foot was so high. I know he barely clipped the guy, but goddamn, you come in that high. It's tough.
It was right. It was just below his knee. Like that was the problem. He would have been at his ankles.
Up. Yeah, exactly. And now if he misses him completely, then it's okay. I don't mind it. But he caught him a little bit. Like I'm not gonna.
I know a lot of
people were like,
question.
Yes. Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was probably a red card.
I think I said to Josh earlier, because I think Josh doesn't agree with it, and I was like, he was blaming the referee, and I was like, don't blame the referee, blame the way that the rules are written, because that's what got him sent off. Yeah. In my world, it's not a red card. What I remember and grew up supporting football, but unfortunately, in this modern day that we live in, by the letter of the law, it's a red card.
Well, here's the thing. Phil, they didn't even try to appeal it, so it wasn't getting appealed.
Well, the stupid thing is, you're never going to appeal any red card that is given a red card by VAR, are you? Because it's kind of like, it's gone to video review, and they've decided that's never getting overturned.
Yeah.
Well, talking about refereeing, that refereeing against that in that whole game was terrible. It was so bad. The guy literally wanted to give a yellow card for somebody sneezing.
I mean, the foul for the free kick that they scored, I thought was
horrendous. Especially considering not 10 seconds earlier, the exact same offense happened to one of our players and they didn't call it.
Yeah,
and it was identical.
Yeah, it was. It was ugly.
It was Muscles, wasn't it? The referee.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Inconsistent Muscles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopeless referee. Anyway,
I remember
can say that because they can't find me. I'm not the manager of the club.
He's I'll be honest, I remember him from the last time we were in the champion. He's just inconsistent. That's the thing. He will infuriate both sides. That's the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, is there anything else you boys want to cover off today?
No, I mean, I didn't have a lot. Like I said, with them, it's kind of just more of the same as far as tactically. They don't do anything special. It's pretty much kind of what most teams do. They could change formation a bit. It could be a 4-2-3-1 versus instead of the 4-3-3. But I think the last handful of games has been a 4-3-3. So I don't know if they're, obviously, and it's working for them. They're getting some wins. So I doubt they would change it. It'd be odd to change it now. Unless they just see something where they think they can exploit us, but we'll have to see.
If we win this game tomorrow, that's Swansea done for making the playoffs.
Yeah,
that puts them 8 points behind us with 8 games to go for them.
Yep.
And it's not that they mathematically can't make it; it's the fact that there's too many teams above them. In my opinion, like if I had to say, Birmingham and Swansea on 52, Birmingham's a way better chance of making the playoffs than Swansea is. They got a much bigger chance of going on a run.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I noticed John staying silent because he doesn't want to be the guy that goes, "Yeah, you're right, Ken. You're right. We can."
No, I agree and I don't agree really. I totally agree with the amount of traffic in between them. I look at this chase for 6 and I just think we're all going to drop points. So at any given week, there's going to be a week where you guys drop points and it looks like, everyone's going to say we've blown it. And there'll be another week where
it just happened.
Yeah, this has got the feel where it's going to go to the last game of the season.
Oh, yeah,
That's what it generally feels like. It feels like there's going to be 4 teams on the last game of the season that are all going to have a shot of getting that 6th spot. It just feels that way inclined.
It does, and it feels that way for the relegation battle as well. At the moment, but I think that's going to change.
That I'll tell you what, that relegation battle's pretty interesting. It's going to be fun to watch, especially with the teams that are involved.
Oxford have literally just got the biggest hand grenade, pulled the pin, and just gone woohoo!
Yep. We'll get 3 wins on the trot and go, okay. Well, I honestly think they won't be in the relegation zone after this weekend. I think Blackburn will be in the relegation zone.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, because Blackburn have just gone from a side which you kind of looked and thought they were on the periphery of it and sort of doing okay, turning out. But Oxford and I mean, Oxford's obviously 3 wins on the bounce is massive, but Leicester pulling a win out as well is really changed the outlook where it's like it's just all concertinaed.
And Blackburn 3 losses and a draw in their last 4.
Yeah, I mean because Portsmouth are still in it, aren't they? They're the last team in it.
Yeah.
But
19th.
It kind of feels like you've got it's basically 2 from that group of teams, doesn't it? Whereas a few weeks ago, it kind of felt like it was, it was 2 from Oxford, Leicester, and West Brom. Whereas I think, Blackburn and Portsmouth have been pulled into it.
I actually think it's 1. I actually think West Brom's gone. They're too terrible. But I think if West Brom and Sheff Wednesday are gone, I think it's Oxford, Leicester, Blackburn, Portsmouth for that last spot.
Yeah.
West Brom are a funny side, though. They just, played well against Southampton out of the blue, That's the thing with West Brom. I look, there's not a lot of love lost, but we don't mind the Baggies. But I look at the Baggies squad.
I'll take it back, Western things.
I look at the Baggies squad and just think they have the players there to hurt teams. They have the players to win games. They've not performed all season. So would I be surprised if they pulled out of 2-3 wins in the last sort of 9 games? No, I wouldn't, if I'm honest. I know it looks a million miles away right now, but just looking at the player quality, you just think, let's be honest, if you had the West Brom players compared to, say, the Portsmouth players, well, you want the West Brom players, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like you say, 2 wins. Well, Oxford's had 3 wins on the bounce, and all of a sudden they're like, we're only in the relegation zone on 4 and against right now.
Yeah, and this is the thing that if you're any other team top end of the division looking at playing any of these sides down there, you don't want to do it because Oxford Run all of a sudden now is going to force the others to up their game, if you know what I mean. So it's one of those, isn't it? It only becomes a fight if teams down the bottom make it a fight. Oxford are certainly making it a real damn fight.
Well, see, 2 games ago, Charlton were on 41. They get 2 wins in a row. They're now on 47, and I'm already calling them safe. Like that,
Yeah.
Those teams on 47, I think, are safe. They've only got to eke out 3 draws, to get to 50.
Yeah. I think I saw a snapshot of the league table last time we were in the championship, and after 30, whatever was it, 36 games or 37 games, one or the other. We were at the time 4th bottom, and we had 39 points.
Yeah.
So which was kind of in around where they were, so it's similar sort of points target, or shall we say points, and we went down on 50 that season. So I think you're going to need. I reckon you're probably going to need around 40, between probably 47 and 50 to survive.
Yeah. It's looking that way. Like I think my number is 50. I thought 50 is safe. I think the high 40s will get relegated. That's my guess. That's my prediction.
Yeah. It's gonna be so much. It's gonna be so interesting. Leicester, you just look at them and it's like they shouldn't be anywhere near this. You know what I mean? But somehow they are.
They are, just for the conversation.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, like, if they get out, Oxford are playing well. If they get, like, who goes, like, somebody's got to go down. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, you look at all these teams, you're like, oh yeah, they probably, like you said, West Brom, they've got the players. They get. Everybody can't get out. Somebody's got to go down. Somebody's got to go down.
That's what happened to us. That's what happened to us. We were winning. The problem was everyone else was winning. And it got to the end of I think I said last game of the season when we got relegated with 50 points, the entire bottom 6 won on the last game of the season. So it's just like, it's do you know who I do have a sneaky worry about? QPR.
Well, they'd have to not win anything, though.
Yeah, they'd have to be terrible. They'd have to lose home.
Honestly, they are terrible. They are when we played them last night, they are the worst side I have seen this season. They are absolutely honking. I think they've lost 4 in the bounce now for a combined score of 12-0. They've got injuries. Their entire front line is injured. It's completely decimated. They've got absolutely no one up front. They played 5 centre-backs against us.
Can't we just play QPR for the rest of the season then?
Yeah.
They started with 5 centre-backs against us. Yeah, honestly, I know it's a long shot, but like you said,
so Aaron was being conservative with 4.
but you see what I mean by saying if everyone like you said, Aaron, if the whole bottom lot keep on winning, somebody like QPR could suddenly come from absolutely nowhere and just get sucked into it right at the last minute. I mean, it's
the irony of 19th and 20th, John, Portsmouth and Blackburn have the identical results for the last 6 games. So from the last game backwards, loss, draw, loss, win. Which gives them 7 points out of their last 6 games. QPR, 3 points out of their last 6 games. Loss, win, loss.
Yeah, because I know we've still got to play Portsmouth away and Blackburn at home, I think it is, which will not be easy fixtures considering.
Nope. Right. Yeah, I think.
Well, boys, I have to get to work. Did you boys want to keep going?
Yeah, we're good. I think we've pretty well covered her.
I think you're done. I think you've said enough. I think Aaron's thrown a big enough hand grenade. We're having 4 at the back.
We won't.
The Alamo.
We won't.
Yeah. John's come in. His team's got a victory. He's very nervous though because Aaron and I are hunting him down, like a bloodhound.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does this face look nervous?
Yes, it looks extremely nervous.
Because even if we don't catch his people, I will adjust the scores to make sure we do.
That's the only thing I am nervous about.
Oh shoot! If we catch him, he's going to be going back through and checking the math. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You're damn right, because I haven't checked it for the last 4 weeks, so I'm probably actually about 8 points in front, realistically.
Well, the funny part was, John, not this round, but the round before, I did it and I went, "Oh shit, there's a mistake there. I've got to fix that." I caught myself. But don't forget, people, it is the early game this weekend. We are playing Friday night. So tomorrow, wherever you are in the world, it is us getting on, and there will be game day build-up, watch along, extra time, the whole box and dice. And then the whole rest of the league, John, will know. Are we still vulnerable? Are we catching them? So, Aaron, great job today, brother.
Thank you.
I think it was great. Guys, don't forget, hit the like button, do all those fun things. The next time you will see us will be game day build-up in about 20 hours from now. So on that bombshell, we will see you all again soon. Have a good one, guys.